Good morning and welcome to our Masterclass on learning to communicate with animals. And I've got, everybody seems to be piled up here. And I'm Joan Ranquet. I'm an animal communicator, author, speaker, and founder of Communication with All Life University. And I've been teaching animal communication now for 21 years. And this is the 10th anniversary of Communication with All Life University. And today, I am just blown away at how many wonderful people are in this group, and I just want to acknowledge you for showing up. And so those of you that are showing up, maybe you can say hi and where you're from.
Selena Brown, hi from Maine.
Hi, Selena.
Okay. Debbie Lewis, hi from the Bay Area.
Hi, Debbie.
Bettina Kempf, hello from Germany.
Hi, Bettina.
Sandra Kay from Milton Keynes, England.
Hi, Sandra.
Carol Kurtz Darlington from Pennsylvania.
Hi, Carol.
Michelle Stork from New York City area. Lori Lobens from Sun City,
Michelle.
Arizona.
Hi, Lori.
Tammy from Vermont.
Hi, Tammy.
Ingrid from Seattle, Washington.
Hi, Ingrid.
Kathleen from Aurora, Colorado. Wow.
Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen.
Michelle
Hi,
from Houston.
Hi, Michelle.
Eleanor from Snowy, New Jersey.
Hi, Eleanor.
Teresa from Montana.
Hi, Teresa.
Edith from Gander, Newfoundland.
Wow, that was big.
That was a big leap.
That was a big leap. That was
Mount
Queen
Vernon,
Latifah.
Washington. That's Margaret. Darlene from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Ash from Vancouver. Jewel Ricardo from the Sunshine Coast, Australia. And Helen from Manchester, England. So.
Hi, Helen. Okay, hi, everyone. It's really fun to have you here. And so today we're going to do two things. One, we're going to talk to Queen Latifah, and two, we're going to review our mission, because I think it's really important to review our mission. So I'm just going to say once again, my mission is to empower others to deeply connect with all life so that together we can give voice to those that can't speak for themselves and heal the planet. And if we need to put a number on it, I'm committed to helping 1 million animals and their humans in 2019. And I think with this giant community and all the animals you guys want to help, we might really hit that 1 million by June, and then we're going to have to reassess and make it a bigger number, right? So does everyone remember how animal communication works? I know it takes a moment to load.
There's a delay.
Fast book. Oh God, Facebook isn't as fast as me. Oh my God.
Okay.
Fast book. All right, I'll just review. Animal communication is how we are doing it, how I do it when I get on the phone and communicate with people's dogs, cats, horses, raccoons, or guinea pigs, is telepathy, which is the transference of pictures, words, and feelings. And so what I want to do is, did an email go out with a picture of Queen Latifah? I'm wondering if an email went out.
You mean a post?
Mm-hmm.
Someone saying LOL slow book.
Oh my God, I'm gonna just laugh at that all day.
Check.
Okay, so the only reason I'm asking, because this one, my beloved.
They're asking if it's an email. It's not an email. It would have been a post.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'll pull her down, but just know that you're going to have to tap quickly into that energy, because she may go back up the cat tree. So, of course, we could point it at her.
Okay. I can do that.
Well, but we'll do the meditation first. Yeah, we'll do the meditation first.
Yeah, she doesn't care right now.
Yeah, and then I'll bring her down, or we'll point the camera up at her, and we'll just feel into the moment at that time. How does that sound? And before I get started, does anybody on Slow Book have any questions? Are there any questions, comments?
Mm.
Mm-mm?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Wow.
There are people just saying hello.
Okay, hi.
They're logging in and stuff. Love your top.
Oh,
That's
thank
Sienna
you.
Emerald Angel Chalice.
Thank you.
And Carol Kurtz Darlington keeps wanting another week.
I know. This has been really fun. I've loved it too. Well, there's all possibilities are endless, right?
Yes.
So,
That's her licking, hitting that.
Oh.
So,
okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and remind you how it works. We're going to do a meditation. We're going to get really quiet. I'm going to walk us through the meditation. And then we're going to connect from our heart to Queen Latifah. And then we're going to get a sense of her essence and her favorite things.
there's a question regarding the meditation.
Okay.
It's Georgette Alexandra. She wants to know is when we breathe through our feet, does that mean we feel the breath coming up from the earth?
That's a really good question. I know that when I'm doing healing work, I do feel that. But I often just feel into the bottom of my feet really quickly when I know I'm like up in my head, or I need to like ground myself even when, and thankfully I've made this a really good habit. So if something's going on with dogs, cats, horses, where I need to like be grounded and think on my feet, literally, I breathe into my feet. So I'm just literally breathing into my feet, because if you put your awareness down at the bottom of your feet, everybody go ahead right now and just feel into the bottom of your feet. You can't be somewhere else. You know, and it really shows. I actually, in my first book, which I love to pull out, I showed how bad, I had a little section in here about chasing the ball. And I showed through a story about my dogs how much our brain really cannot multitask. And it's actually really bad for us to be doing it as often. So in here, I have a story about throwing a ball to my dog, Olivia, and then immediately throwing another one. And it's like, you know, the brain is just processing, here comes the ball, catch. Oh, you know, all of a sudden another ball is coming. So when we breathe into our feet, it's the best way to me to prove to people that we can't multitask, because you can't breathe into your feet and do something else. You can only do that.
Ash Virgie wants to know, do you always have to see like an actual picture before you connect?
No, I don't. I do a lot of radio shows. I do a lot of TV shows. I do a lot of stuff where I have to like do it on the spot. But when I'm here at my house, if you saw, I've got the biggest screen on the planet because I'm of a certain age. And I love like last night, for example, I talked to 2 dogs and a cat for a woman outside of Seattle. And I just want that whole screen. You know, I turn off everything, social media, my emails, everything. I just want the whole screen to be that animal that I'm talking to. And so that it's literally like I'm sitting in my chair and here's this dog. So I am maybe lazy, and so I like to have the picture, but I have plenty of times I don't. I just have to drop and roll.
Barbara Reed wants to know if you can show how to telepathically send requests or send directions to an animal.
I can talk about that on Saturday for sure.
Okay.
Let's make sure that we capture
so,
that. That's a great one.
Okay.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
Oh, never mind.
What?
No, she was replying to the comment, so it's not directed at you. It's at the person who posted the comments. That's right.
Okay. All right.
Is Saturday the last class? Really quickly, it's the question and answer period. Today would be the actual last class.
Today's the actual last class, and tomorrow's Q&A. But I have to tell you, with my Q&As, and especially with the questions that you guys are putting in here, and especially with the questions that I'm getting, so we're compiling all the questions, and I'm going to be here by myself tomorrow. Claudia won't be here, so I'm a little afraid. I'm just going to keep my setup. I'm not even going to talk on my phone. I'm just going to leave it right there. Just because I'll be taking like shots and like, okay, am I centered? But anyway, I'm going to have all the notes on a clipboard, all the questions, and then I'll have my iPad, so as more questions come in, I'll be able to scroll through. But I mean, we've got so many questions, and whenever I do this, I used to do this thing called Ask Joan, and it was a telesummit, like back in the day, way back when they only had faxes and teleseminars. Anyway, no, before webinars came up, I would do a teleseminar once a month called Ask Joan, and I have all those interviews. I mean, all those recordings, and the similar questions to these. These are all fantastic questions that you guys are asking. Like even that last request about how to telepathically send images. But the truth is, those classes for me are almost as much fun as this, because Claudia, you've been here for intensives. You know that when I get on a Q&A roll,
oh God,
yeah, it's fun.
It's awesome.
And I have great stories, and you know, that's one of the things, like the people in my teacher training, they've gone through my big program. I don't let them teach until they've had a certain amount of time out there in the field as an animal communicator, because you have to be able to really answer questions and have stories and have verification and have backup. And yeah, so that's the Q&A tomorrow will be really, really fun.
Okay, so Lauren Kinney she says, this is a silly question, but do you have to make sure the animal is awake before you try to communicate?
No. In fact, when I go to people's homes, think about like if you're with a really good healer or a really good psychic, you know, you kind of feel like you're in a zone and you could conk, and then all of a sudden they're like, your boyfriend will show up in 3 weeks. Okay. But you know what I mean? Like you go into a zone with somebody. Well, the same thing happens here. They get so relaxed that they are asleep. I mean, they seemingly asleep, but they're really zoned out. I don't know if you remember, but 2 days ago when we did Delilah, she was like zoning, but she was here, but she was, you know what I mean? She was like kind of, her eyes were kind of rolled back, but she wasn't asleep, yet she was in a zone. And actually, because I do so much meditation in here and do so much work in this way, and I'm kind of known for my meditations, my dogs drop into that zone. My horses drop into that zone. My cats drop into that zone in 2 minutes. So, are we ready to drop into that zone?
Yes, people are asking to see me though.
They want to see Claudia?
Just, and then there was like, she put a picture on the intro. I'm like, okay, thank you. Okay, so a few people, a lot of these questions we're going to save for tomorrow because they're actually great general questions regarding communication with animals. And someone wants to know what time again tomorrow. 4 o'clock, yes? Pacific Standard Time?
4 Pacific, yeah.
Michelle says she sent an image to her neighbor's dog the other day. He was on her deck and wasn't sure how to get down, so I showed him in my mind and he did it and left.
That's great. That is great. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
We ready?
Vera, the question you're asking is an excellent question. Someone else has already asked it, and that's one of the big ones for tomorrow. So if you can hold on to that question until tomorrow.
Now I'm dying to know what's the question.
The question is, can an animal pick up from several people at the same time? Yeah. Kind of like when so many people are reading one animal.
Yeah.
So
we will address that.
Okay, perfect.
At great length. Is everybody ready to drop in?
before we do.
Mm-hmm.
Marlene Snyder says, have to tell you, Joan, being responsible for my own energy grounding has helped tremendously. Went for a walk today with dogs with such a calm energy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, we're ready. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So I want everybody to take a deep breath and breathe into the bottom of your feet. And while you're just concentrating on that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Queen Latifah. She's 9. I've had her. She was born on the farm, not this farm, where I lived in Carnation. And she lives with her 2 brothers, her mother, me, and 2 dogs. And we have 2 horses outside. So just keep breathing into the bottom of your feet. And again, we're going to be getting a sense of her essence and her favorite things, but I'll guide us through the whole thing. So breathing into the bottom of your feet, I want you to just continue to breathe there for a moment. Drop into the bottom of your feet. Now I want you to move your awareness up to your calves and your knees and your thighs. Moving your awareness up into your hips, your torso, your chest, your shoulders, your arms and hands and fingers, becoming aware of your neck and back bones, becoming aware of your throat, your head, your eyes and ears and nose and mouth, all of your senses, your head, your whole head. And then move through your whole body. Just have an awareness of your entire body, your entire physical being. And if you have any aches or pains, I want you to just go ahead and put those in a bubble and have them float away. And I want you to just experience your body physically in a neutral state. Feeling into all those spaces with a neutral perspective. And then I want you to witness any thoughts that are coming into your mind, and if you could put those in a bubble and let them float away, you have an opportunity to experience being neutral mentally and physically. And last, any feelings that aren't going to serve you today, let's put those in a bubble and have them float away. And I want you to just really take a moment to be in this completely neutral space, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And now I want you to move your awareness to Queen Latifah. And here she is in all her glory. I know. And I want you to get a sense of her essence and her favorite things. All right, I'm going to just go ahead and put her face up for a moment so you can see her, because she's not going to want to sit with me for too long. Be free.
And her picture is in the worksheets.
Okay. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have people tell me what they got from Queen Latifah.
Everybody's saying she's gorgeous. So Kimberly Francano says, I see her stretching in the sunlight in another image playing with a toy mouse.
Okay, I'm going to write some of this down so I don't forget. Okay.
Sarah Dyer says she likes sitting on the fence watching the sheep. Dottie Hopner says she loves sleeping in the sun. Christine Tasker wants to know if there's anything funny with her rear right heel. Deanne Emerald Angel Chalice says inquisitive diva who acts younger loves being with her family. Jen Jones says cheese, eating grass, and sunshine. Lori wants to know, does she think she is a tiger? Lori Lobbins. Anne Bryant said, well, Tuna came through loud and clear. A bell inside a ball. She has a soft side that is smaller, more hidden than other qualities. She is intrigued with life as an observer and very opinionated. Donna Callion says, ruler of the house in charge, bit moody. Mary Jenny says, does she nap or sleep on your bed? That's the only image I received. Carol Kurtz Darlington wants to know, does she especially like one of the dogs? Michiko Vartanian says she's not joyful like Delilah because she has some physical aches, like not bad but annoying, that bother her a lot, and she has issues with her eyesight. I got a happy feeling that her favorite things, I saw pictures sitting up high, basking in the sun, cuddles, but on her own terms. Ash says that she loves her cat tree, kept seeing a pink ball or pink toy, and she's a real queen. Michelle says being high up and looking over everything. Sandy Holden says she loves tummy scratches. Helen Fulcher saw her sitting on a fence post. Catherine Louise Jones says saw her on a hail bale, up high like a queen, surveying her kingdom and playing with a toy mouse. Sandra Kay says active but likes sleeping, loves to lie on cushion in sunshine. She says I'm the boss above the dogs. Jeannie Saboski says she likes observing the action, especially between the other animals. She is such an empath that she is not managing her own energy. She might need to take her classes more seriously so that she can pull in her energy. Her energy is huge. Anna Bryant Dolly says she likes the dogs okay, but more from a distance. Lauren Kinney says I see her with a toy mouse. I also see her under a chair and reaching out to bat at feet that walk by. She thinks it's funny. Cindy Summerhill says observer, cat, condo, independent. Her mission too is to stand for what you care. Catnip, mouse. Those are her favorite things. Selena Brown says the song I'm So Pretty, You Silly Bird, some kind of crumble, middle of bed. So I'm guessing I'm so pretty, you silly bird, and then some kind of crumble is one of her favorite things, and middle of the bed, being in the middle of it. She likes leisurely patrolling the grounds, especially in the grass. That's Ingrid. Lisa Wilkins says, sleeping in the sun. Barbara Reed says, strong-willed, stubborn, very independent, can mirror Joan. Initially a challenge, considers herself as the alpha strongest in the household, whether or not she really is. Yasmin says, hi, Joan. Queen Latifah is beautiful. She's the only day I don't have allergy to. She is the queen of her territory, but also very loving and understanding. Margot Feinblom said that when you first mentioned her name, she instantly pictured a calico. I doubted myself, but then saw her. I need to trust myself more.
Oh, that's really good.
Yvonne says, loves to lie on her back a lot, a cuddle baby, loves relaxing and staring out the window. Debbie Watson says, yellow bowl, blue blanket, string toy, likes salmon, plays with screwed up paper. She's the boss. Yendi Garcia says, to me it was more difficult than with Delilah. All I saw was a red ball with a feather inside. Christine Batiste says, sovereign over self. Sovereign, I can't pronounce that. Doesn't want outside input on her actions. Favorite things, fringe and bird watching. Oh, hi, she's here. She knows we're talking about her. Impatient and mischievous, says Helen. Kelly Staples says, or a lion. Harriet says her favorite things are a catnip mouse. Sorry, that was Queen Latifah that moved that. Vera says very composed, a bit motherly, can have an attitude. Not totally happy being scrutinized. Definitely a queen. Not interested in hunting. Very independent and tolerates humans.
Okay, you have to put the camera away.
I'm going to take a picture. Okay, this is the closest. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Now she's on your shoe. There we go. Oh my God.
Okay.
All right. I know, that was just so great. Let me see if I can get her one more time to sit here with us. I know. Okay.
Okay, so let me just go really quick.
Queen Latifah's here to share that, yes, you all did excellent. She is grateful that you all got her.
She was loving it.
Yeah. She was rolling around. So anyone else? Anything else?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Pat Blocker says her essence is independent. Joan is her world. Loves warm, high places and oversees the household. She's the fun police of the house. Favorite things are catnip, gray mouse, real or toy, and watching other cats play.
Real.
Oh,
That's Queen Latifah.
that's yeah.
Rubbing up against the stand. I mean, the dogs come by and jiggle all the time, but nobody's. That was like a Queen Latifah earthquake.
Marlene Snyder says certain sounds around the house irritate her. Says wish they would stop doing that. Also sees her basking in the sun by the window. Selena Brown says she's telling the bird it's silly. Okay. And then Kelly Staples says, I saw a male white lion who loves outdoor kingdom and stalking prey, whether catching or not. Mostly just the joy of the outdoor kingdom. And that's Queen Latifah in the background.
Mm-hmm.
She's at the bottom of the tree. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna just start going through this.
Michelle has her two brothers here. She says that, does she have other brothers?
Yeah, she had 2 other brothers.
Okay.
There were 6 in the litter. And I swear to God, the hardest thing I've ever done in my life was find homes for those other 3. It was horrible. I'm already the crazy cat lady with that was Queen Latifah. Did they see that?
Yeah.
So I think you're getting a sense of her personality. She's definitely.
Michelle Hess says she thinks she heard she misses her brothers.
Yeah, we all do, definitely, for sure.
Cindy wants to know if there's any tips on how to unblock me. I'm assuming her ability or her connection.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is find out what Cindy does for a living, and I'm going to start going through this. Okay, so yes, she has a bunch of mice that I have to hide because the dogs, like today's Friday, and tomorrow's Catter Day. So there will be, the dogs will go out in the other room and with dog bones, like some people picked up on, and there will be catnip and there will be a cat party. And we pull out the little mice. So that I have to keep them in a thing because otherwise Abby would eat all these little cat toys. So the cat toy, there's toys strewn about the house. The feather toy is out. That's the only one that's technically a cat toy that's out. But all the little things are in the cupboard. And, oh my God. Yeah, anyway, now she's reigning over her territory and telling other cats to get out. Who's up there?
It's either...
Yeah, it's probably...
Buster Keaton or... Yeah, it's Buster Keaton.
Yeah, so now she's telling him
it's her mom.
Okay. She's telling her mom what to do because she's
I can't tell.
been talked to by
I think
700 people. Which is the highest broadcast of any animal here. I'm kidding. Anyway,
Michael Lane says Catter Day. Woohoo!
woohoo! Catter Day's tomorrow. But we gear up for it, right? We do 2 nights of catnip. It's crazy. And even if I go out to dinner, I have to come home and still spread the love. So she loves sleeping in the sun. She's very independent. Everything you guys said, there's not one inaccurate thing. Everything, here's what I can tell you. Everything you guys have said. I'll just tell you about Queen Latifah. She can be very opinionated. She can have her moments. She doesn't like public display of affection. But I will tell you, when no one's here, and you've seen it a bit, Claudia, she loves me to carry her around like a baby, and she purrs so loud, sometimes I think that her purr machine is going to break. And she was starting to purr. When she was laying here, she was starting to get that big purr going, and then she went instead. So we went between to and so that's just kind of how we roll if there are people around, and even just one person, and awareness of the camera. Trust me, she knows you all.
She wouldn't look at the camera.
Yeah, all are talking to her. So she's got like all these toys, everything that you said. She loves to sit up high. At my old place in Carnation, when I would teach animal communication, she literally sat up above me through the whole class. She loves to be in she likes to be around people, but she doesn't have to. She engages at her own will. But she's always in the room. I mean, especially she's always right there. She's not somebody that hides, but she's not, public display of affection or attention is like, now you're pushing it. She is definitely a queen. One thing that is kind of quirky is she, when I go into my closet, my walk-in closet to pick out what I'm going to wear, and when I go to put makeup on, she follows me around, and I've literally heard, "You're not going out in that, are you?" And so she has opinions about what I'm wearing and how I'm publicly showing up. Especially when I lived in Carnation and I would go out in some farm outfit to get hay. Like, she was mortified. Anyway, she's definitely queen of the territory. She loves to lie on her back. A lot of you said lie on her back and bask in the sun, and just that whole thing. She loves her belly rubbed, and she's got the most beautiful little white belly. She does sleep on the bed. She sleeps on the bed. She sleeps around the house, and she's kind of likes her territory. But at the end of the night, she's one of the first ones in bed before I get in bed, and she claims her spot before a dog can. She does love the dog. Someone said she loved a dog. She's very close with Delilah. She was very good in raising Abby. I'm pointing at them because they're here. But my old dog Olivia, when the kittens were born, they were born on the farm, and my dog Olivia had a rough time with my cat Alexandria. It took Alexandria one solid year, a year to the day, and I took a picture of that day, that Alexandria would let Olivia be within a foot of her. So Olivia was obsessed with cats, and when the kittens were born, I let Olivia pick out her own cat, and she picked Queen Latifah. So technically, this was Olivia's cat. And then we had Isabella. So she's very close with Olivia and Isabella. And then she really helped raise Delilah. If she wants to, if there needs to be an energy shift in the house, she shoots through and gets the dogs running. When I used to have 3 dogs, it was crazy. She would shoot through the house, and she could change the energy in the house in 2 seconds. She's the best feng shui thing there is. She'll change the energy up in a minute. She does play with paper. She has a feather. There is a ball with a bell in it. She has kind of a pink bowl, but there's a yellow bowl in the garage where I jump rope, and they come in there when I'm working out. She can be impatient and mischievous. She definitely has an attitude. She's catitude.
There's your answer, Selena. She wants to know if what she saw singing was about herself, the attitude. Yes, it is.
Yes. And fence post, hay bale, and watching sheep. So there are cows that across the street, like every day, the cows leave and go out. There's open space here, so the neighbors let their cows out for open space, and then bring the cows back. And that is like a ritual here. I call it cow TV. It's daily. The horses have seen it every day, but for some reason they still have to stop and observe cow TV. The dogs have to watch it. The dogs have to let me know that the cows are going out, and the cats watch it every day. But at my and I don't let them out here because we have so many predators. I had a lot of predators at my old place, but at that point I had 3 dogs that were really the bouncers. The 2, Olivia and Isabella, these were their kittens. And so the only time I let them out is if I had the dogs. And I had a lot of places. I had a huge barn, and I had a lot of places a cat could hide if a coyote or a hawk came after, or an eagle. I mean, I had everything, bears, everything. But the thing with the barn is she used to love to run down to the barn, and she would roll in the hay. So as much as she's this girly girl that made sure I have my right makeup on, she would roll around in the hay and the dirt and then come back in and be like, wet. So she's this kind of tomboy goddess, and she and her brothers can get on a caper like nobody else. I used to say that it was Huck Finn, Tom Sawyer, and she was Becky Thatcher telling the boys what to do. So anyway, she's quite a little adventurous also. She does mirror me. And I'm trying to think. I mean, I wrote down a lot of stuff. Catnip, Boss Above the Dogs. Yeah, she can get, and she is an empath, very much an empath. I really do a lot of protection on all of us before, we have classes here or stuff, just so that we're all, and even something like this, right? I mean, people could be projecting. I know this is a really lovely group, but, I'm careful with my animals. She loves her cat condo. Yeah, she loves the grass. I do walk her out. Oh, this is so funny. Male white lion hunting. Look at what is... So I took people to the White Lions in 2016, and I'm putting together a trip. I was on a call this morning about the White Lions because I am on an advisory board with them. But right up there at the cat condo is a picture of one of the White Lions. So I think that's so funny. And the two boys at the White Lion territories remind me of her brothers. So, and when Linda Tucker was here teaching, I've said that even though, Linda Tucker's away from her lions, she has a small pride here. So anyway, anything else that anybody's saying?
Yeah. Anna, I'm not going to even attempt to say the last name. I'm so sorry. Al-Kazwini. Okay, maybe that's it. Did she ever get hurt in the barn?
No, she never got hurt in the barn, but she did get hurt once. I'll tell you though, there was one time somebody said something about they showed their animal how to do something through pictures early on. She actually, one time, I was out riding and I saw a coyote in the distance and I thought, oh boy. The last I'd seen her, she'd walked down my driveway with Isabella. And so I called everybody in. I left my horse in the middle of the arena with a saddle on. I shot up and tried to get all the cats into the house. Queen Latifah was nowhere to be found. And I thought, oh my God, a coyote got her. So I lock everybody in the house and I'm racing around the property. It was 23 acres. I went running through the pasture where I'd seen the coyote go. And then I came back down my driveway and I heard this little meow. And she was so far up the tree that I don't know why, I went and got the tractor, a rake, and hay twine. And I eventually put the bucket of the tractor way up high, and I had to talk her into jumping into it. And then I realized why I got a rake. I had to get standing on top of the tractor, get the branch and lower it with the hay. I mean, it was this crazy thing. But I just kept picturing her jumping from that branch into the bucket, branch into the bucket, branch into the bucket. And I think this answers the question somebody had about how do we send. I just kept saying, you've got to trust me. You can land in the bucket. I'll grab you. You're fine. And she did it. Obviously, she's here. But anyway, yeah, anytime there's an emergency, you just need a tractor, a rake, and hay twine.
Nancy Snyder wants to know, do you ever try asking the coyotes to leave your animals alone?
I would say that's like asking somebody to quit smoking. The coyotes don't bother me. I'm just a freeway. And I love them.
Catherine Louise Jones wants to know if you can explain the difference between doing the grounding meditation and the one where we put Delilah in a pink bubble. Would we do one or the other or both?
Well, I like for people to just to feel into. My computer is making all kinds of sounds. I'm sorry. I like for people to have choices. I mean, sometimes the pink bubble works for some. Sometimes the grounding works for others. And so I always like to let people have choices.
Selena Brown says, don't forget the duct tape. You were doing...
Oh my God, duct tape is always... There's always duct tape. And yeah, duct tape, hay twine, and Velcro. That's how I roll. I've literally fixed fences with duct tape until somebody's husband can come over and help me.
Christine Tasker wants to know her back right foot. She says it's okay if she's way off. She just it's all she got.
You know what? I'm not saying you're off. I'm not. I don't know. It's funny you even say that because I did notice that when you guys were still talking to her, she walked really slowly, and I thought to myself, I need to check on that stride because I'm always looking at animals' gaits, like how they walk. And she was walking with so I don't know. I will check that out. I will certainly report back into the Facebook group.
And then Donna Kalin, regarding the coyote, she says, what about asking your cats to stop hunting? Mine bring bunnies, birds, moles several times a day.
Yeah, and again, that's like, let's quit smoking, right? I mean, everybody has free will. I used to try to get them to just, I just don't let them outside. It's that simple. For me, I don't, because if I'm in charge, and then I'm going to choose safety over all of it. And for me, and then there's no complaints. I mean, they pretend like they're going to shoot out the door, but the minute I'm like, come here, Henry will come running back. Rah, 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 rah. So, I don't, nobody's breaking the door down. Okay, so I think you guys did an amazing job, and I'm really excited. And I want to, we're going to run out of time, so I want to say that there's one thing that I want to review the mission, because I want us to up our mission even more, mission statements, and starting with the idea of the things I love. I actually like to take a mission statement and say, I am here to blank so that blank, and together we will. And I kind of combine it, but we're going to play with this, and we're going to really look. I know I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'll probably jump on. I've got all through March I'm going to jump on and do some stuff. But on Monday I really want to kind of review these statements because... So we're going to have the form up there. So for me, I am here to empower others. Like all of a sudden, I am is a really powerful statement. And I want to empower you, right? I am here to empower you. But I want to empower you to take your mission beyond anything you even dreamed of. And speaking of taking your mission beyond anything you've ever dreamed of, I actually... I've had so much fun here this week. I can't even tell you how much fun. I've been tired. Like today I was a little tired, but I was on fire. I haven't jumped rope I was going to the jump rope Olympics like I have this week. I've just been really invigorated and excited, and I've been empowered by helping all of you. And so imagine that here you are, you're doing this at this level, and you're able to connect in a way that, some of you sent so many things, yes?
Anna Bryant just wants you, if you could please repeat again, I am here to the question.
Yeah, that's going to be posted up there.
Oh, it's posted. Okay.
Yeah, I am here to blank so that blank, and together we will blank. Mine is, I am here to empower you to deeply connect with all life, so that together we can give voice to those that can't speak for themselves and ultimately heal the planet. So, anyway, going back to what I was saying, is that here, and we're, did we just turn it all off? Okay. I was like, wow, that would be weird.
No.
So here we are. We've done an amazing job. We've created a great tribe. We've had a really wonderful week. And I just want to invite you to consider working even more with me, because I think that we have done a lot here, and I want, for those of you that really want to take this a step further, I have several ways you could do that. I have 3 specific ways. And also I want you to think about, if you want this to be like something that you're not only committed to, but it's on call. It's not something that it comes and goes. That takes a certain commitment, right? That takes a way in which you've really invested some time and attention to doing. So I want to review some of the ways that you could work with me. The first way, first and foremost, the way that you could work with me, these are for the people that maybe you work with animals now and you're not going to change your career anytime soon, but you could. It might be for somebody that really is an beginning to intermediate, and that would be my animal communication home study course. I know that like Pat Blocker just rattled off so many things. She's taken that animal communication level 1 home study course, and it's really fun. We created an online community like this. We're on Zoom, so we even see each other, so it's even more fun. You just finished the course, right, Claudia?
The home study course, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fun.
It was awesome. I was bummed to see it end.
Yeah, and so it's like this, like today, like we're all like, oh, like that's the way that class is. And so that's 12 weeks. There's online content. I mean, a ton. How much online content is there, Claudia? Like, did you even get through it?
Oh God, I didn't get through it. No.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
There's a lot of content. And then there's 12 live calls. 6 of them are with me and 6 with my supercalifragilisticexpialidocious teacher trainers.
And Eleanor is asking if the home study course is for beginners.
Absolutely. I mean, you cannot believe how many people come on and at first they're just getting one thing and by the end they're rattling off, that much stuff. Yeah, Claudia's definitely done it. She knows. And she's heard people.
Pat Blocker is saying it's good stuff.
Thank you, Pat. Yeah, and you're doing great. So that's the one way, and that is a very fun, great way to kind of see if you like me. Then the next way that I would say you could work with me, which is really, really powerful, and especially if, like right now, this is a groovy tribe and we're all in love with each other, you should see when we get in this room. Mm-hmm. It's delicious. And I think if Michael Lane is still on there, he can speak to that, and I know that you could speak to that, Claudia. How fun is it in here?
I didn't want to go home. It was a great workshop, and usually when I've taken workshops before, I'm exhausted and I have to kind of recharge my energy. I didn't with this group.
And you know why? Because most of the people here are also on the mission. It's like maybe for the first time you're recognizing a bunch of like-minded people. A lot of times the other people in the room have been weirdos with other people, and suddenly we're all us weirdos are in a room together, and it's empowering, and it's fun, and it's really, really fun. And not only that, you walk out with a bunch of great skills. I mean, we do the animal communication. The spring intensive is animal communication, EFT, and then working with animals out in sanctuary. So we put all of it to work. Last year was a gentle barn. I mean, we go to so many great places. Thankfully, I have a pretty great Rolodex. You might have to be old enough to know what that is. Anyway, so I can get us to certain places. And
Michelle wants to know, will these options be posted here? Where can they be found?
Yeah, you'll get yes. Yes and yes.
And yes, Deanna, just like her painting says, you're now home.
Yes, and you did great, by the way. So it's a way to really, really, really spend time with other like-minded people. We have a lot of fun. Some of it is hands-on, some of it we tap. We do EFT tapping, and I know a lot of you resonated with the EFT tapping. We tap on animals, on dogs, on cats, on horses. We go out and we use that then in sanctuaries. And then
someone's asking about the sanctuaries. She's like, we go to sanctuaries?
Yes.
Sanctuaries, I should know how to pronounce that word.
Yes. Last year was the Gentle Barn, the Gibbons Center, and then, oh my God. Oh, we went to Sapphire Sanctuary, a horse sanctuary down in,
yes.
Not Burbank,
Sylmar.
Sylmar. So the year before, I had wildlife in the garage. I set my garage up, and all 20 of us sat around, and people brought in, this woman brought in hawks, a serval, a beautiful cat. I mean, like crazy. So I'm just finalizing those details, and that's going to be awesome. But one thing that I want to say about that is I really only have room for 30, and 8 people have already committed. So 9. Yeah, Claudia's here. So that has a little limit on it. And then the other for the fully, really, really, really committed people is my big program. And all of that stuff I've described is included in the big program. So Claudia's in the big program. Michael Lane is in the big program. They've gotten to do all these things. And the big program is for the person that sees themselves doing this in their life. That you see that yourself becoming this. You see yourself out there working with animals every day. And actually the way that I've set it up is like you're working closely with me and my teacher trainers and each other. And it's a very supportive, loving community. It's not like it's some place where it's competitive at all, because everybody has their own niche and everybody loves each other, and we all know there's enough, right? Remember the first, I don't know, last week, this week, one day, there's 7 billion people on the planet. That means there's 70 million people that want to connect with your animals. So you potentially have 70 million people to have as your clients. So it's a no compete. It's a loving, nurturing, supportive environment where you really have the opportunity to work as an animal communicator and an energy healer. You learn EFT and scalar wave in a way that by the time you walk out, you have a clientele because you're already known in your community.
So people are asking, 2 people asked, Joanne and Christine, can you do the big program without having to come to you? It's virtual.
Absolutely. Now, you're going to wish you came, but I also I'm all over. Like, I'll be in Boston, I'm places, and then for the people that like can't get to the death and dying, I do a little special thing for them. But yes.
So the big program and the home study course are anybody all over the world can do it.
All over the world. We have a gal from Dubai in the program. We have
True.
Yeah,
Ruby.
we have Ruby. We have a lot of people. And I know that many of you, like I actually have printed out because I've just loved it so much, that so many of you have said that your heart is opening. I've printed out stuff because I will never forget this, and I've already plotted a whole crazy bunch of stuff we're doing in March, right? Like, I love this. So I'm not going away. This is just the last class in this form. But I want to make sure that people's hearts continue to open, because this is part of my mission is your mission, right? Part of your mission is my mission. We're in a morphic resonance of getting out there and helping animals. And so there's nothing I hate more than goodbyes. So this is so long. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm happy to answer questions, because I know I've gotten a lot of questions about the big program and everything through email. So in addition to all the animal communication questions, I can answer questions about the program, and know that I'm willing to go more than an hour tomorrow, because that's just how I roll. And so I will see you.
Wait, I have one question for
Yes.
you. So there's actually 2 things. One is people want to know, like, when you're going to Boston. You have a newsletter.
Yeah,
right?
I have a newsletter, yes.
Sign up for the newsletter. And
Yes.
also, if Joan isn't planning on going to where you are in the near future, if you have enough people that want to do this, she will go to you.
Yeah, like I saw there's a whole slew of people from
China.
Norway. There's people in India. I mean, like, there's a lot of you from some chunks around the planet. And Jennifer, I'm going to post, also I'll be in the UK, Boston. I'm setting up Houston. I've got quite a few places. Like, once a month I'm somewhere, and then I'm here. And I'm always online.
Someone's asking about the Animals in Transition starting tomorrow, the virtual retreat.
Yeah, I actually have put a hold on that. I'm going to do that later. So that actually could be something, especially, it's a long story, but I'm not doing it now. And what time is it?
We're good.
Okay, it's 12?
We have 30 seconds left.
Okay. Yeah, I actually am not doing that tomorrow, but I will be repeating that soon, because I've got to reschedule the people that, yeah. Anyway, thank you. I've loved every minute of this, and so did Queen Latifah. And look she's resting comfortably on her high point.
I'm angling her up.
She's right there.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.